This morning's video presentation will now begin. As you watch, reflect on how the example of faithful ones can move us to give our best to Jehovah. Please listen and watch the video.
Hey everybody, my name is Jake, and welcome to Sunday Service. I am an ex-Jehovah's Witness, current convention reviewer and interviewer? You've heard of viewing, but then we got interviewing. There's a lot going on in this stream. This is a special show. We've gotten some. I had the entire convention sent to me. No, you can't see it. It's a secret. Not really. I don't know. The person who sent it said I'm not allowed to share it. Except for little clips, which we're going to watch. We're going to watch some weird leaked video propaganda from the upcoming 2024 Jehovah's Witness Convention series. Or maybe it's currently ongoing. I guess it is, otherwise they wouldn't have filmed part of it. I'm collecting my thoughts and sort of booting up my brain in real time. And we also have a very special guest who's going to help me react to this and who's going to talk about an upcoming book of theirs. This, can you tell it's been a while since I've had somebody who's not like a friend, it's been a while since I've like done an interview with somebody and I have to sound smart and give them like a professional intro. And so hopefully they're understanding of the fact that I really failed to do that until right now. So, okay. We have a wonderful guest today. An ex-Jehovah's Witness author, Scott R. Jones. Welcome to the program, Scott.
Thanks, Jake, for having me.
I'm sorry that I didn't give you a better introduction. It was going so well, and then I got inside my head and kind of fucked it up.
That's what writers do, though, Jake.
It's true.
We get inside our own heads, and yeah.
We're writers, not speaker out louders. It's different.
Exactly.
One quick note to my audience: I got a new webcam since my webcam's been crapping out on the stream, and it's doing a weird flicker thing. So if that's distracting, sorry, I don't know how to fix that yet. But thank you so much for being here, Scott. I wanted to have you on because you're an author, you operate in the horror space, and
yes,
you're an ex-Jehovah's Witness, and you have an upcoming novel that you were kind enough to send me an advanced copy of. It's really great. Can you tell everyone a little bit about your backstory? Like, what led you to being a Jehovah's Witness, to being somebody who would be on an ex-Jehovah's Witness stream?
Well, I was born in third generation Canadian JWs, whole family, many uncles, and my father were all elders. I was on the fast track to be a ministerial servant in my younger years. I left in 1997. So
wow,
that
okay.
was a while back. It's been a long while. I left in 1997. I guess I did what they call fading now. I just faded. But not really. I sat down with two elders at the time in the congregation that I was in and basically told them that I was out. So I don't know. That's more of a disassociation, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's literally what a disassociation is.
Yeah.
What was it for you that, because 97, obviously I'm a youngster, a youngling in the organization at that time.
Right.
But I've been thinking a lot about recently how different the organization is now. Like, we're going to watch some, like, the most modern propaganda that they make, very different from what they were making in the 90s. But what was it that caused you to want to, disassociate?
I had a moral awakening, basically, to the, it was ethical and moral awakening in regards to, all the doctrine of Armageddon, the whole deal with the genocide of the entire planet. It really affected me on a visceral level, where I was like, this can't be right. Of whatever my imagined experiences with God were up until that point. And I, being an imaginative teenager, and young adult, I was, constantly imagining contact with, the deity, through prayer and whatnot. And, I thought my prayers were answered.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily, but I was conditioning the narrative so that I could stay in, even as I was morally finding it repugnant.
Yes.
Push-pull going on with my faith, until finally there was too much tension between the two states, and I gave up. I was like, I can't do this. If God is this much of an asshole, I reasoned, right? Then I don't want anything to do with him, even if it means my death, because it's, on a moral level, it's just foul. So I left on those terms. I threw a bunch of other doctrinal and, things at them too, the whole 607, 587 or whatever the date is going to be. All these little technical, but at the end of the day, I just didn't want to be there anymore. It was repugnant to me.
I love the way you described that. I don't know, I'll tell you why. It's because it reminds me of me. That's exactly those are my favorite things. But no, that really rings true to me. And like, everybody's path out of the organization is different. What you're describing, that kind of like moral awakening of like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait, God's going to be killing billions of people. It is one of those things, like when you describe your visceral reaction to it, that would seemingly be the correct reaction to knowing that somebody is going to be killing billions of people.
Yeah.
What is it that you think keeps people from exploring that morality? Like you talked about conditioning.
Well, I think on
narrative a little bit.
Yeah, I think on some levels, for the rank and file Jehovah's Witness, I think there's probably a good percentage of them who are like, yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm pro genocide of the planet if it means I get to live forever. There's just that level of narcissism, and I'll just say it, evil in people, right?
Yeah.
Where they would look at that and go, no, makes sense that God would do that. That's what I would do, right?
Yeah.
I would slaughter everybody to bring peace to the planet, right?
Let's just get rid of all the bad guys.
Exactly.
We just need to get rid of them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that, and I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. So that your book that's coming out is called Drill.
Drill. DRILL.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like it sounds, Drill. And shit, you sent me the cover, and I've got it. I'll put it up when I remember how to share a screenshot. But tell the audience a little bit about it. Because this is an XJW kind of psychological horror, but your pitch is much better, which makes sense because you wrote it.
Right. Well, Drill is an auto-fictional narrative, which means it's my life but skewed.
Right.
It's seen through a sort of a distorted lens. I'm deeply indebted to William S. Burroughs for the style of the book, to Philip K. Dick for some of the weirder elements. But essentially what it is, it's an XJW narrative. It's the story of my reaction to being shunned by my father. This happened 13 years ago. There we are. Zoom in if you can for the textural goodness. It's got that aged.
It does have
Bible
textural goodness.
Look. It's got that aged Bible black feel to it with the texture.
I know.
Looks like old leather.
It's wonderful. It looks like an old, Watchtower publication. Oh, you want to touch it.
Exactly. Run your fingers over it.
Yes.
Of course, that's just visual. It's not actually coming out in a leather copy.
Damn it.
Leather cover copy. Wouldn't that be a thing? Maybe someday if it does well. Right?
That's the thing. We need to get this bad boy into a leather-bound hardback with like imprinted like gold text and an autograph.
Yeah.
And
Nope, all sounds good.
full color pictures of you posing with the. I don't know. No, but it's really great. It's like what I was describing to you, because as an ex-Jehovah's Witness, let me just say, like, there are so many wonderful and like so specific little Easter eggs to like XJW stuff, where if it is so compelling because it's beautifully written. It feels like,
thank you.
Like, I love Descent into Madness, and you write, you know, like a lot of sort of like Lovecraftian stuff, your other work, which is wonderful. This is sort of like, it's a descent into madness, but it's also, you start so deep into madness already when it begins, and you are slowly uncovering the narrator's mind and experience as it relates to We Learn Jehovah's Witnesses. What was it like just exploring that part of your brain so directly?
Well, you know, it's drill is my response to being shunned. I read a quote recently. I can't remember which writer said it, but writers are people who can't pull the trigger for one reason or another. Basically, the actions of my father in me. See, I disassociated, but they all thought I was fated. So my family kept me in the loop for quite some time, until finally one of them couldn't take it anymore and was like, no, we need to shun him. And my father agreed and sent me a letter saying, you know, we understand you celebrate Christmas. They'd known that forever. Right.
Yeah.
But they finally decided, no, then now it's too much is too much. Right.
Yeah.
So it's funny how JWs work. You know, they have a line and it's different for every one of them. It's different for every one of them. So finally, my father crossed the line and decided to shun us right as his first grandchild was born. So he lives a 5-minute drive away from us, as I mentioned several times in the book. It's a thematic element. Yeah. You know, he lives a leisurely Sunday drive away from his eldest son and his grandkids, who he's never met. They're 13 and 10 now.
Yes.
So
that's crazy.
Pretty awful.
Yeah.
So it's my response, because I can't pull the trigger without being the first suspect, right? But what I can do is I can expose his cult. I can expose his hypocrisy. I can do it on a public stage. And the publicity surrounding drill is very important, because it's also, you know, it's not just a book. It's a revenge thriller. It's a family drama, but it's also a living curse and a weapon, you know, aimed at a particular part of the human mind, you know, the place where gods exist. I think Jehovah is real in a very literal sort of way. He's a viral, mimetic organism that lives in the place where we think, right? And is transmitted through language, constantly being transmitted through language. And as such, as that kind of entity, I think it's possible to delete him from the place where humans do their thinking, from, you know, our mental sphere. I think it's doable. I think drill is the weapon to do it, but it needs readers to accomplish this.
Yes. It is wonderful. That was so, I got chills listening to that. That was so great. And that notion of like language and just the idea, this conception of Jehovah being a curse that is kind of passed on through family, through language. It's obviously like God is incredibly real to the people who believe in him. Like you were saying, like when you and I were witnesses, I think we were both believers very strongly. Like I felt absolutely. I felt like my prayers were being answered. And so reconciling that when you leave and trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, how much of that was just in my mind? How much of my own past did I have any control over because of how I was raised? It's really lovely. And before we jump into the convention stuff, I was wondering if you could read to us a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
There was a passage that stood out to me that I asked you to read. It's short, but like this convention is, it's all about preaching and Jesus. I guess that's every convention, but it feels apropos with your book and the kind of like mixture between the kind of like humorous and also somewhat horrific look that like I take on this channel towards like looking at the governing body. It just felt like really good. So I think you should read it.
Absolutely.
Because, I saw earlier, and I will address the existence of chat any minute now, really. But I saw earlier somebody was saying that they were like listening to this instead of the meeting. They're PMO, they're physically and mentally out. And I don't know. Listen to a nice, good book written by someone who's good at writing as opposed to The Watchtower.
Sounds like a plan.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a plan. I can do that.
Put the then
it's just fascinating to me that PMO people are listening. This book is for you. I want to say, this book is really for you. It's it could be part of your deconstruction, and if you're at all angry,
yes,
about what's happened, then this will be a sort of an exorcism for you, if you will.
That's what I was telling Scott before we started going live, that from one of my favorite authors is Brian Evanson, who's ex-Mormon, and he writes horror, and there is a certain like religious psychological terror, I think, that some writers are able to tap into. Like there's a shared language if you've been in a cult, and it just comes through, I think. So anyway, read a little bit of this, and then we can talk about where people can find you on the internet. I think you said it's not yet available for pre-orders, but it
not
will
yet,
be
but soon.
Fairly soon.
They're going to do something in conjunction with the cover reveal, the official cover reveal at some point. But yeah, I can go right ahead and read that.
Please do.
All right. I can't remember which chapter this was from, but yeah, let's hit it. Imagine yourself bleary-eyed and opening the door to little me, blonde and delightful in my Goodwill gray suit and clip-on tie, with my smiling cult dad behind me and his, my God, the balls to do it week in and week out. In some ways, you just got to sit back, breathe for a moment, and admit there's something to be admired there, though I can't for the life of me say what it is. It's a fucking koan is what it is. Some kind of wonder of the human world that we get it in our heads to save our fellow man, ease him along on the narrow path to salvation, and we go to such lengths, such appalling measures to ensure that, I don't even think we know what we're doing from moment to moment, and yet to have the pure gall, or I don't know, maybe innocence, certainly a naivete, to insist that to be saved means to be saved our way, which is the truth. Because, of course, that's what the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society call their own quite peculiar set of beliefs, convictions, delusions, and cruelties. More on that later. The truth. And there was I, 9 years old, Awake magazine in hand, on your doorstep at 10 in the morning, ready to hit you with it. The truth, I mean. Anyway.
So fucking good. Thank you for reading that.
Thank you, Jake. Thanks a lot.
I think that a nice cameo type service might be like just paying however much and just hearing an author read the stuff they wrote at you. There's something very nice about it. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's great. So tell us where people can find you on the internet and what they can do to keep an eye out for Drill.
I have a website called scottrjoneswriter.com. That's all one word. But you can most find me on Twitter and TikTok.
I've got
Pimp My Shoggoth.
Pimp My Shoggoth, which I forgot to paste into the description, but I've got your website in there. I will put your socials in there after the fact. Thank you so much for reading that. This is so great. I'm just very happy that you wrote this because it's lovely and it's very personal, but I think XJWs will really, really like it. It's really good. And
that's great.
In addition to it just being lovely and like it's funny, like that segment you read, there is such a lightness to it, and then it can also get very angry and very dark. It really does feel like it maps the intense confusion and conflict of emotions that you have when you wake up from a cult.
Yeah.
It's great.
Thank you for that. Yeah, that was my intention. Part of my goals was that. So thanks, Jake. That means a lot to me.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. Okay, so let's get into the convention, capital T, capital C, the regional convention. They call it the regional these days. Did you know this, Scott? It used to be the district convention.
No, I've always referred to them as districts. That's interesting. Regional.
Those are a thing of the past. Districts are dead. It is now exclusively regional conventions. I don't really know what the difference is, but what would you say, Chad? 5 years ago or so they changed this? I don't know. I don't really know why, but witnesses will correct you. I'm trying to figure out, okay, here's the thing, and I'm just going to spoil this for Chad. I think this is the most boring convention of all time. It's not the cultiest. It is probably the most boring, and it's mostly, so much of it is about their own Jesus movie that they put out this year, and hyping it up as much as possible. Like, it's almost, the event is like a promotion for the movie itself that they are showing at the event. It's very strange. So there's a lot of the symposiums and stuff that are normally reserved for like weird culty demonstrations of like JW specific lifestyle scenarios have been replaced with, here's the historical research that went into this part of the movie. Like, that's what most of Friday is. But then you get to it's quite dull. But then you get to Saturday and Sunday, and you get to the good stuff. Sorry, I need to... Where the hell did I put this? Okay. I found it. I promise, people, I do have it. If you're wondering where you can watch this, you can't. You gotta go to the convention, or stay tuned to this channel, and probably every other XJW channel. Share video file. Okay, so let's start with the music video. Well, okay, so every day of the convention has a music video presentation. Now, when you were a lad, and I was an even younger lad, I guess you were a more grown lad. I was a very young lad. Lads, though.
Almost growing lad.
We were lads regardless, no matter what way you slice it. There was definitely like a music montage, like a musical suite that they would play, but there was not video along with it. Now there is, and
no,
it
was just a little cue to get to your seats when the music started.
Yes, yeah, like at a play where they start just playing music. Okay, so I don't know. I usually don't play the music because it's a bit triggering to me to hear Kingdom songs. I was not familiar with this song, so I had no memories associated with it. I might play a little bit of it because it's really...
Is it brand new just for the video? I wonder.
I think it's like an original song that they released in the last couple years, and I don't really know those songs very well, so it doesn't like bring to memories of like me being held by my dad or something, like, so I can deal with it.
Gotcha.
So this part of it's wordless. There's going to be music. It depicts, we will see as it plays out, Jehovah's Witnesses during the Great Tribulation, this period of time when the governments are going to turn against Jehovah's Witnesses and start arresting them, throwing them in JW specific
taking their signs down.
Yes.
Taking their signs down, as we're seeing here on the screen.
And we get a good catch, by the way. I didn't even see that. I was watching it like on my phone.
Well, I'm just looking. It's like I was thinking it's got to be persecution porn because we're opening with the news. It is.
It's hardcore, full penetration persecution porn.
Okay.
And it's, by that I mean that I find it annoying. So just to get a flavor. Yeah.
Oh, troubling times are upon us.
It's very troubling. You can hear the lament. I just wanted you to hear the guy start singing about Jesus because it's very funny to me. Look how sad they are.
That's rough. Never gonna happen, but man, what a thing. Oh,
Okay,
man.
that's all you need to hear
They said
about
the
this.
thing. Troublesome days.
Troublesome days. Yeah, wait a minute. That's not what witnesses call them. I just want to say, I told you I would acknowledge that Chad exists, Mariah C. with deep persecution. It really is. It really is. District pioneer. NC-17, Samson and Jezebel. It kind of is. All right, so as Scott pointed out, we are seeing a news montage of Kingdom Halls being torn down. So you should be thinking, if you've seen past Jehovah's Witnesses videos about the Great Tribulation, you should be anticipating a secret meeting scene, whether it is in a basement or an attic or a bunker, as British people apparently call them. And so look forward to that.
Fun.
It's very fun. Now, what was she just doing? I couldn't really figure out what her job was.
Grabbing her keys and her phone. What she did?
Is
She's a seamstress.
Seamstress.
She's got, sewing machines and thread on the wall.
That's right. Very folksy job. Also, the stock market is down 37,900%, which that's pretty bad. You would think, by the way, that
Did it say that, Ron? Did it say that, Ron? Did I miss that?
If you look at the ticket, no, you're right. It does say that. It says minus 37,900%. Well, but I don't know what the first number is. I don't technically know how the stock market works. Do they have a stock market in Canada?
They do. I can't for the life of me name it right now.
Never thought to ask.
The TSA, the Toronto Stock Exchange, TSE. Maybe that's it. Yeah, it could be.
Everything's
Don't
just a little
quote me
bit
on
wrong in
that.
Canada. I'm sorry to say you're on record.
It's true.
Okay, so even though this is the cry of peace and security, meaning that things are supposed to be awesome everywhere else in the world other than for Jehovah's Witnesses, actually things are horrible. So I don't know. Maybe those are the Watchtower stocks that are going down. TSE, Barb is saying.
There we go. All right, so I was correct. Thank you, Barb.
Okay. Now this is just a sad couple. I think we should go through and see what else we missed. They're all watching the same report. They put a big lock on the building. I don't know if you saw that. Just one single chain lock. Yeah. She's bummed out at her seamstress job by herself.
She might be a business owner. She might own that place.
Yeah, she's doing well for herself as a witness. Okay. I don't know what we were supposed to make of that. I think they're just killing time.
Everybody's leaving work.
Everyone's leaving work. That's right. This is them going about their day. Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is the key point here. They're just, like, they're working regular jobs, and they're just kind of sneaking around. Yes, Jenny, this is a music video that they're using to open the Saturday afternoon portion. The morning thing doesn't start with the music video, which is weird. It starts with the really creepy Stephen Lett video, which apparently has been played before. It's just like a little advertisement to like attend the Pioneer, the SKE school meeting during the lunch break that they always do. Do they do that in the 90s conventions where they're like, if you want to go to Bethel, come to this little meeting? Okay, it's like,
absolutely.
It's Stephen Lett advertising that, and I will try and play it later because it's bananas. I had never seen it. This is 100% just Mad World. Holy shit. Mad World. Jesus. You're totally right. That's exactly what it is. So this nice young man is helping his old witness buddy. Oh, look at those witnesses going by on their bikes. I think that's what we were supposed to take from that. Is
Yeah.
that the witnesses
Yeah,
are like, ugh,
Yeah,
or
a
the
little
worldly neighbors.
disparaging look from the elderly neighbors there.
Yes.
Get off my lawn, JWs.
Those Jehovah's. Yeah, ride your bike to your God, is probably what they're saying. Wow, they got quite a ride ahead of them, too. Okay, so now things are getting very serious. We have
here we
full
go.
Kevlar police officer just standing in the middle of the street because there's apparently some kind of military occupation. So I don't know. I think that's what we're supposed to take away from this. Uh-oh! They just narrowly dodged him. They narrowly...
Wow. Man,
Was that a
you could
literature
really-
cart, by the way? Like, was that little thing that they just put in the trunk a literature cart?
Let's take a look.
That looks like
Yes?
the literature carts that witnesses have now, except this is like a collapsible one that turns tiny. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I see a critical flaw in these police officers' plans here. It's like Dumb and Dumber. What if he shot me in the face? Uh-oh.
What fear-mongering here. Look at this.
It's unreal. Watch, this whole, like, Papers, Please scene is really crazy. They do the typical custom of handing the police officer a thin piece of paper, like you do when you're pulled over. And so we're like, oh god, they're going to be thrown into the Hague. Which isn't a place that people are thrown, actually, but... Uh-oh.
What's gonna happen?
Oh, it's just a busted taillight.
That's it?
Woo! Woo! False alarm. This is the level of fear that you will be living under if you are a white Jehovah's Witness in the Great Tribulation, or basically any other demographic now living in this world. Like, this idea of being afraid of police officers is like... You know, a lot of people are already kind of afraid of police officers for reasons, but... this is what they're trying to do. Like, this is what it's going to be like every day. You could be arrested. Did you think about stuff like this, Scott, when you were a witness? Did you think of...
Absolutely.
Did you fantasize?
No, yeah, this was, this is... what I'm seeing here is the more things change, the more they stay the same. The format here is new. The video is new, but these are the kind of narratives that were spun regularly.
Yes. Yeah.
Both at conventions and at the hall on a weekly basis. My problem growing up as a JW teenager was, I would just have these vivid nightmares. My sleep was horrible, right?
Yes, me too.
Yeah, my sleep was horrible because Armageddon was such a potent factor in my daily waking consciousness. It just bled over into dreaming, and it made for a terrible existence, really.
Run! Oh wait, I'm saving this because what happens next is bananas. You have not tuned in for naught, viewers. This is crazy. He uses a suction device to take a hidden panel off the wall.
Panel
where there is
got the little magnet locks.
A small Tupperware container full of hidden Watchtower publications. Oh my god. That is so crazy. So this is like, he uses like this, is it a magnet or like, is it suction?
It's got, see the little magnets there.
Ah, you're right. It is a magnet. Yeah. I'm imagining the like suction device that like Batman would use in like the 60s television show to like suction off a like circle of a window that he cut open. This is really wild. So are you saying to me right now, Ron Pomo, that you guys actually had a hidden Bible? Because we never did this. My family never did this. That's pretty wild. I mean, not poking fun. Obviously, this is suggesting that people do this, and we had so many stories where you would have to do that, during the Great Tribulation, but I just never thought to as a witness. But this is like, here's the Armageddon bunker that you should be working on during peacetime, before the Great War of Armageddon.
Here are some suggested alterations for your house.
Yes. Which, by the way, a very poor religion. Everybody has nice model homes and the ability to create secret compartments in the walls, which
Right.
I think we would not be allowed to do in our apartment, for instance. You're right. You see the little magnet panels. I love this.
Amazing.
So the fiction is, or the like, that during the Great Tribulation, literally just having a Bible in your home is illegal. That seems unlikely to happen in the United States, in my opinion. It's hard for me to envision the step-by-step process whereby it will be illegal to own a Bible in your house, Jehovah's Witness Bible or no.
Maybe this video is all happening in Canada, Jake. Have you ever thought about that?
That's a great point. Where religious freedoms are walking a tightrope.
That's right.
Wow, unbelievable. Okay, what I don't quite understand is like the literature cart that they're hiding, because why are they preaching with a literature cart to begin with? That's just like, so at some points you're just hiding things in a secret compartment, but sometimes you're going outside and loudly displaying a kiosk.
Who knows?
Where you're
what they're
just
thinking,
like,
Jake.
where you're advertising the fact that you are a Jehovah's Witness and hey, here's our literature that you can take. I don't know. This doesn't add up to me.
Nope.
All right, so here's where things get very scary. Stormtroopers come in, demanding,
How are they checking for?
"Take your hat off, sir." Now, what kind of world is this? Which is, on one hand, so secular that all religion has been outlawed, but on the other hand, take your hat off inside when in the presence of a lady. It's impolite.
Lady Cop.
Lady cop, that's true.
Lady
I asked
Cop.
this in the chat, but sorry,
No, you're good.
I was just gonna ask: do these dramatizations translate well in other countries? Because I feel like in a non-Western country, it might be hard to understand or like picture yourself with like American police officers banging down your door.
Christina, I don't know if it picked up on Mike at all, but she's like, in other countries, like third world countries, does this read to them? Like, if you're already living under military occupation now somewhere, like, what are you even seeing here exactly? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Especially since the Bible message is supposed to be the same across the across the globe. So
Yes.
I don't know.
Good point. No, that's a good point. It is like, this is a fear that really only works if you don't live in a society like this currently. Because there are places where they've got checkpoints where police officers come in and check the bus.
Sure do.
I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, so this is what happens in the Great Tribulation.
Again, how is she scanning for religious affiliation here?
It's
You know?
like she's... Yeah, unclear to me.
Just missed her.
Jehovah's Spirit blocked her brain from seeing that lady, I think. Because what happened? Oh! That is good. Are they going to train dogs to sniff out the latest edition of the Watchtower? Also, why do they need physical publications if everything's digitized? Like, can you not just have PDF files on your...
But then they could take it from your phone.
That's a good point. That's a
Take
good
it from your
point.
phone. I'm getting back into the persecution mindset as I'm watching this. It's crazy.
It's hard not to, isn't it?
How potent it is.
I feel persecuted just watching it. So they go in like a secret back entrance. God damn it!
Oh,
There's
come
like,
in.
yes. They do a secret doorbell ring. I don't know if you saw the famous like basement/bunker videos, Scott, where they have a secret
I
knock.
did see those, yes.
They're pretty good. So this is an updated 2024 version where some people will have secret doorbells. They'll have a secret doorbell thing that they do. I think that's what that was signifying.
Yep. I think you're
And
right.
yeah, they show another lady coming from the bushes.
Are they all coming in from separate entrances? It
Yeah,
looks
so
like?
like she has to like come in through the back gate and text him like, "I'm here." And
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
they're let in through the back door. Oh, okay. Okay, so here's my favorite part: is this lady's face. Old lady on the right. Her face is very funny to me, and it's not important, but it is to me a little bit. This is what it's going to be like, folks.
Oh, I made it.
I made it.
Oh, that was close.
Whew. And then they pray. And they have Bibles. And they close all the blinds so no one can see.
Well.
Wild. What are your takeaways from that?
And this is what they're seeing as they sit down on the Friday morning?
They should already be AIS. They should already be ass and seat so that they can fully appreciate this spiritual food that God prepared for them with his video department on Earth. But yes, they should. This is going to be playing like before the program even officially starts.
Amazing. It's so blatant. I'm kind of surprised at the it's giving me the shivers.
It's weird how, and like to your point, what you were talking about earlier, when like you had kind of a bit of like moral clarity, where you're like, wait a minute, if I really take this literally, this is terrible. I had that when watching a video like this. The bunker videos made me feel a little weird, but when they did the courage video, which is a similar song of a guy going like, it shows witnesses in the last days being chased by a SWAT team into the forest, and then Jesus and his angels come from heaven and like shoot the SWAT team. When I first saw that, I was like, I don't know if I really think that's going to happen. And if I'm supposed to think that's going to happen, I don't know.
Yeah. So, what does that say? Yeah.
Yeah.
The narcissism in it is surprising.
Yes. They are so specifically targeted. Like nobody else in this entire country is being targeted in any way, except to see if they're wearing a hat, I guess. All right. I also have a demonstration. This is more classic JW nonsense, I would say. And I had to include the introduction and conclusion. Now, one thing that you're not going to see in this clip, but there are many, many men giving the talks with beards.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
Like goatees. Yeah, so I'll try and get into a little bit of that later, but I thought this was fun. This is a demonstration on just what to do if you're upset with someone in the congregation.
Well, we all know that Jehovah does not use angels to get...
Damn it. Okay, so one thing that's happening with this recording I was sent is that it's like a screen recording, I think, of a stream, of like a streamed convention. And sometimes the video lags. And so if the voice is out of sync, it's not... you're not having a stroke or anything. That's just the video, and I forgot to correct it.
Give us counsel. He uses imperfect people, and that can be a real test to us.
That's me. They didn't do that.
In the following dramatization, note how an experienced brother reacts when he receives some unexpected counsel.
On this very special episode.
Yes.
Justice and righteousness.
So we know timeline-wise, they don't have a big chain on the building yet. So this is something happening now, not in the scary near future.
If you open your Bible, and
just seeing this Kingdom Hall
for decades, and verses.
And boy, does it show.
15 and
yes.
And
he's been doing everything for decades.
I've never had something like this happen.
This is unprecedented, he says.
Thank you.
Now, okay, when I first watched this, I completely missed what was even supposed to be the scenario because they're very delicate about it. But the idea is supposed to be that he thinks he's giving a good talk, but actually, no, he's not. So, like, for 2 seconds, you get to hear a tiny bit of his talk.
If you open your Bible, I've been giving public talks for decades, and verses 15 and we'll read 16. And in all that time,
okay, that was your signal that the talk is bad. which I don't understand.
This frowning fellow here.
He's frowning, and he's paused
frowning.
for a little too long before knowing what scripture to read next, which fans of this channel will know. I think that long, awkward pauses are a blight upon all talks, even by governing body members, but, what do I know? This guy is like me. He's got a problem with it.
I've never had something like this happen. Thank you.
Slight delay because of the audio.
Nice meeting you.
Real nice meeting you too. Hope to
See you later.
Efrain,
Yes.
you have a minute?
Yes.
Wanted to talk to you about something.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
He did a
So
shitty
much for
job.
Just taking a moment. Just wanted to bring to your attention.
He counseled me about my teaching?
Oh,
Wow. So that's...
Well.
Now,
How are you gonna handle this?
I have to say, this did bring to mind memories of getting counsel and suggestions after giving a talk in that kind of condescending, witnessy tone. Like, I wanted to draw your attention to something. Did you have that? Did you give talks when you were a
absolutely.
witness?
Oh, yes. No, mine were
Yeah.
always bangers.
I see, me too. If this guy sat me down, I'd be
Yeah.
like, I think I'm crushing it up there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I can tell, Jake. I can tell we used to give those kind of talks.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I think they were very witnessy, I'm sure. But yeah, like this kind of solemn, can I talk to you for a minute? I just want, like,
Right.
opening your Bible and being like, I need to correct you on something from God's word is like very condescending.
It's such a part of the culture, too.
It
Yeah.
is.
You
Me and
have to-
Christina
Yeah.
were talking about this earlier. I don't know if it was in relation to this. No, I know what it was. But the entire, like, culture of men thinking it's okay to just, like, condescendingly nag somebody until they change their behavior.
Yeah.
Like, that's something you kind of have to work on after you're gone. Like, that's just kind of ingrained. And it's like, not only is it okay, but you're taught, like, this is what you're supposed to do when you interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The more things change.
It's the same. It's just flashy new takes on crusty old Watchtower problems.
I don't want to ignore his words, but the friends in the congregation love my talks. I think. Justice and righteousness. If you open your Bible in Jeremiah chapter 22,
Nodders.
chapter 22,
So he was under this illusion that he was great at giving talks, but then he's able to remember that every time he gives a talk, people fall asleep. Is he stupid? Is that what we're supposed to take?
He doesn't have that eye contact.
That was the issue.
Yeah. Needs to work
Look
on
at that. And it's hard to make eye contact with people who are snoozing through your snooze fest
verses
for other boring
15 and
talks.
16.
Oh.
Look at this.
I'm just not sure how to feel about all of this.
His ego is bruised. He's got a bruised ego.
You're totally right. That's what it is. I mean, the organization is so much about ego and, like, the outward display of piety, like just making sure everybody knows that you're the most godly of everyone. And so, but you're also supposed to be kind of constantly examining each other for weaknesses so that you can correct them.
Yeah.
And sit them down like a real meanie. Now this, I don't know. Lane Motors says, if I may be so bold, most JW talks tend to be boring. This is a hot take. I don't know. I don't know about that. Will JWs have time before the Great Tribulation to delete all their JW preaching posts on social media? Oh,
That would be a thing to see, eh?
do you know one of my grandfathers, my maternal grandfather, he refused to get on Facebook for a long time or any social media because he thought that exactly that. He thought that during the Great Tribulation, the government would look at social media and be able to easily find the Jehovah's Witnesses that way and round them up. So he avoided getting on Facebook. Now you might say, well, that makes him sound kind of conspiratorial. Well, now he's an old
Guess
guy
what?
on Facebook.
Right.
And he is.
What changed for him, Jake? What pushed him to join Facebook finally?
I think, you know what?
Pressure.
I think it must have been social pressure, but he's like a real conspiracy theorist kind of guy. It's actually a bit sad because, you know, I love my grandfather very much, but me and another family member who's left have like talked about how you just see like his brain deteriorate and how he has just become like believing in every single conspiracy theory. And it's kind of a bummer. And it all kind of escalated when he got on social media. So I wish that they would delete all of their preaching posts on social media, quite frankly. Anyway, that was not really important.
We watched the good news according to Jesus again.
Again.
Okay, again. So this is important. Every talk in this symposium is like a little example of how somebody remembers the movie The Good News According to Jesus, and it teaches them a little lesson. So he's now reflecting on this movie that obviously he's rewatching all the time like it's Star Wars, in my case. Scott, what's a movie you rewatch over and over again?
Oh, John Carpenter's The Thing.
Excellent answer. Excellent answer. And very on brand, I must say. No, that's
Thanks
great.
very much. Yeah, no,
One of my favorites.
It's a go-to watch at any time.
Can you imagine wanting to wind down and watch one of your favorite movies, but it's this movie? It's The Good News According to Jesus.
You know, I couldn't even imagine that when I was a JW. I don't think.
Christina just said, you know, that would put her to sleep. Like, wait a minute. This is the most boring movie ever made. And this guy's being canceled on his talks being boring. I don't know.
This time, I paid special attention to the correction that Zachariah received.
The correction that he received.
I read the account again.
Right, getting
and I
cursed by
noticed
an angel.
he
That's
was
fantastic.
described as
Yes!
being lame.
Cursed by an angel so that he may not speak
Yeah.
for months. I mean, until his wife poops out a baby, to quote the Bible. To quote Mark 3, verse 2. So, wait, are these symposium movies that tie in with the music video and culminate in a bunker-style video but with a different group of JWs? That's a good question. I have not gotten that far into watching the very last music video yet. Shit, well, we can watch it. Well, let's watch it after this and see if that holds true. I'll talk after this about what I'm going to, like, make a video essay about. But, yeah, okay. So he's reflecting on his favorite movie, which is an adaptation of his favorite book, the Bible.
But that did not mean he was above correction. My brother gave me kind but direct counsel from God's word.
Nothing about this man's face seems kind at all, by the way. It seems totally clinical and creepy. And
He looks like he's the guy who gives the counsel.
yeah, he looks like the guy who's like, you are the person who gives counsel for the talks. I'm happy to say, by the way, that I never got pulled aside by that guy. Because there's a guy assigned to give counsel to the public talks, to the public speaker if they suck. And to, like, report back to the other congregation and be like, don't send this guy out for public talks anymore over. And thankfully, I never got put on that list. But that's just me bragging about my public talks, I guess.
It's a privilege.
Another
to teach in a
dynamic of this,
congregation.
too, by the way, people know that I pause every 1 second in every video, is that it's like a young guy counseling an older guy. That's like a staple of every convention now, is like an old guy's like, nah, these young brothers are giving me counsel. Which is interesting, I think, because they're trying to recruit younger elders, and they know that this is like a legitimate source of tension that happens.
Huh.
So it's like, it's disguised, I don't know. It is like a real problem within the elders, but it's one that they create by the very nature of their religion. He's also, I'm noticing, like, this book that he's reading is like the baby book. It's like the book for people who don't know how to read. That they use. It has like almost no words in it. It's like all pictures, I think.
Nation.
I'm pretty sure this is what we would
And I
use
want
when I was in
to give my
Spanish with people
very
who didn't
best
know
to
how to read
Jehovah.
yet. Oh no. This is like their new BE book. It's like replaced their BE book, I think. So he's watching talks to get ideas of how to give a good talk.
By following his guidance in every aspect of our life. And isn't that what we want, friends?
Now it just sounds like a... Yes, practicing
Yeah,
with his
sure.
wife.
I wanted to ask you, well, I'm working on a part for next week. I was hoping you listened to it and let me know what I can work on.
Of course. I'll be happy to.
I really appreciate it.
Wow, how
Hey,
nice.
by the way, will you and your wife still be able to join us for that gathering next week?
Oh, absolutely. We're really looking forward to it.
See you.
That gathering.
Good night.
Aw.
Yeah. Okay, the BE book is like their... Well, it was their book that was like, here's how to be a good public speaker or how to be a good preacher in the ministry. What was it called? What was the one that you would have had called back in the day? Do you remember? Because it was
No,
little.
it
Because it was...
escapes me.
Because I had it, and it was small. I wrote my baptism date in it, or the date where I became an unbaptized publisher.
Right.
But yeah,
No,
it was...
I can't recall.
But it's got like stuff like how to use gestures, which if you've seen Stephen Lett, who's constantly doing like big gestures, that's good teaching. Probably the guys watching Stephen Lett talks to prepare.
Right.
Yes, Theocratic Ministry School Guidebook.
There we
Very
go.
nice. That's
There it
that's
is.
exactly what it was. Well, they still have it. I've seen some.
It's gone,
fake-
I think.
They just call it something different, but they still do it. They still like have a little booklet where they assign you a council point to work on, and most of them are like 2-person demonstrations, but they still have student talks sometimes. But it's just not called that. It's just called like benefit from teaching or some boring crap like that. I don't know. Okay, I benefit from Jehovah, some kind of bullshit. All right. How are you doing, Sky? Are you up to hang
I'm
out for a little
doing-
bit longer?
Absolutely, I'm doing great. This is
Good.
this is,
Okay.
This is some hilarity,
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to see
but with an
here.
undercurrent of sorrow. I find you know,
It's
so
a little
sad
depressing.
to be watching this.
Yes.
To think my family subjects themselves to this.
That's
on a
what's
regular
hard.
basis.
Let's talk about that for a second, because like this is the big event of the year. I have a friend at
Right.
work who's very excited. They're going to a like yearly geek convention, and they're super
Yeah.
excited. They're going to dress up in a costume, and they're going to get to see their friends from all over the world. And it's at like
Nice.
an indoor water park resort. Sounds like a blast.
Right.
And Jehovah's Witnesses' big event of the year is like go inside a fluorescently lit building
Stadium.
that
Yeah, building,
feels
yeah.
like a gas station bathroom when you were in it, and just listen to guys in suits say the same thing over and over every day.
What a joy.
What a joy indeed. All right, let me get my house in order here. I want to see if they do have a big closing song, and we should watch it. I'm going to assume it's Saturday Afternoon Part 2. So let me download that in the background here. And let us... Wait, I've got another one, don't I? Shit, I guess not. Okay. Those are my only little clips. Now I'm just downloading the whole Sunday afternoon program in the background. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. And you know what that means.
Oh.
It's time for 2 minutes of silence.
Have you ever been confronted by a bad report, a false report about Jehovah's people? angry. Did God really say that? Now that
Haha! And that was half. That was half of that. Okay. Good deal. We did it. Thank you, Soft Knocker, which is a great name for your super sticker. I appreciate it. Ooh, did you see the angel looking out for the driving through a what? Explain yourself. Oh, did you see the angel looking out for the couple driving through a puddle in uncharted territory?
Yeah.
What?
I did see that one. I did see that
Tell
one.
Tell me where that is in the convention. All right, let's go to bang bang.
Thank
boom.
you for your generous financial support of Kingdom Work.
Ooh.
Your donations
Let's hear about this.
support theocratic construction projects, disaster relief, and conventions throughout the world.
Slower.
Those who wish to donate can use any of the contribution boxes.
So solemn. Okay, I want you to see. Wait, no. We watched this already. Wait, no, we didn't. This is different. This is not the Gage legal thing.
No.
Yeah. Wait, I want people to see, just so that people don't think I'm lying, that there are men with beards. Okay, so here's a guy with a beard. Proof. But that's a goatee. Okay, this guy's really eating up a lot of time. Oh my god. Stop talking, dude. Let's hear about this thing he's holding up, actually. I'm just curious about this.
That's guaranteed by the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And when we do that, it's like holding up that treasure of the good news and watching it sparkle.
It's a little diamond.
All its facets of blessings.
He's got a prop.
In the light of our faith.
That's how you know a talk is good, is when they have to have a prop.
Yeah.
Props to him. Huh? What? Oh my god, there's a trailer for the next one? Holy shit, I did not even know. All right. By the way, we've got XJW Panda Tower in the house, and by the house, I mean the chat. Okay, video 8 minute 23:48. All right, I'm setting aside your timestamp, sir. I want to see this trailer for the next Jesus movie. Wait, why is everyone laughing?
He got a laugh. Something
that
happened.
portrait is going to deepen our conviction that Jesus was resurrected.
Deepen our conviction?
Now, as I was preparing this talk, I thought, and you may be thinking now, you know, it's really teasing us to talk about episode 18 when we just saw episode 1, and there's truth in that. We're going to have to be patient.
There's truth in that.
Though I will say, if you're feeling a little impatient, you can read ahead the book that the series is based on.
He means the Bible.
Ha ha ha! Very funny.
Spoilers for the movie in the book.
Oh, when you enter an ugly tie competition, but your opponent is a Jehovah's Witness. Now, what do you mean? This looks like many perfectly pleasant drops of snot, lovingly arranged in a pattern. Okay, so he made a funny joke about how you can just read the Bible.
Is allowed.
Haha.
But to whet our appetite, would you like to see a preview of the next 2 episodes?
A smattering of applause. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh.
Whoa, a lady.
One standing among you, whom you
I think
do
is what
not
that's
know.
called.
The one coming behind me.
That was Zach Galifianakis. Can you believe it? Next year.
The lace of whose sandal I am not worthy to untie.
That's
British accent on John the Baptist.
Oh, I believe it's Australian. And I say that because this whole thing was like filmed in Australia. They built this like crazy thing in Australia and apparently shot a lot of it there. So, like, basically everybody except for Mary, for some reason, who's American, like Jesus. Mary. I mean, you can't spell America without Mary.
Or at least Mar.
Marika.
Nope.
I was trying to get a laugh out of Christina. It sort of worked. Meet the one.
The Messiah.
Run.
Wow. There's action. There's going to be a chase scene. Flat shot. Oh, it was Jesus.
Is that him? Was that him?
God loved
Is that
the
the
world
guy?
so much.
Whoa, he's hot.
Gave his only begotten Son,
They got a boat.
so that everyone.
That was this is a hilariously
What was
small
that?
boat for 12 apostles, by the way.
Was that Jesus meditating? What are we looking at here?
I think he's taking a first century shit. That's how they did it back in the day. They kneeled down on their knees.
That's for that verisimilitude.
He can multiply bread and fish. He can make.
Thank you, Doug.
He can make a boat fit 12 apostles.
That's amazing. Christina said that. I think that might have picked up. Did that pick up? Mad
Yeah, I heard
Jesus
that.
Fury Road.
Fury Road, yeah.
By the way, we're seeing Furiosa tomorrow. I'm very excited.
Oh, good
I'm not going to watch.
Good stuff.
I'm not going to watch the Jesus movie again, but I am going to watch the new My Jesus, who is Anya Taylor-Joy.
Exercising faith in him might not be destroyed,
Ah, the well, and she runs.
but have everlasting life.
I gotta say, whoever this guy is, it really does look exactly like all of their pictures that they do of Jesus.
Yeah, the casting is not bad when it comes to that.
And there's a tinge of not whiteness. I don't know what his nationality is, but they're going for not totally white, I think, maybe. Which would be bold and revolutionary for them. Now, the other disciples... Nah, never mind. He might just be white. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. We saw his, like, mid-back a little bit, and his dripping chest hair.
Yep.
Come back, Jesus.
Yeah.
Come back.
Jesus.
Everlasting
Thirst
life.
trap Jesus.
Lot of blonde dudes.
Thirst trap.
I mean, look at that. That dove knows where the good stuff's at. Here's some blood for you.
Rabbi,
And then there's that guy, who's as pale as Nicholas Holt in Mad Max Fury Road. Oh, good. More stock footage of the planets.
What was that psychedelic stuff?
That was him connecting to the Jehovah
cosmos.
hive mind. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And where he
Just
gets all
like-
of his pre-human memories. Just like...
Dune. That happens in Dune.
It
What a
does!
thing. What a thing.
Yes. By the way, how could there not be? There's literal, like, tension against the buoyancy of the boat. That's a lot of men in a small wooden area together.
So we just got a little cosmic
God.
Christ consciousness now.
Yes. Galaxy
What a
Brain
thing.
Christ.
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh!
Well, they're gonna push him off a cliff! I wonder if he lives. Are they gonna stone him to death? 2025 convention. So not a theater near you, but a convention near you. Ah, yes, some media provided by various stock footage companies.
Wow.
Good God. Okay, well that was hype. We got... Ooh. What else are they advertising? Do we want to see this? Oh no, I think it's just showing, like, here's how you access the stuff we released on your app. Actually, no, this looks like good, creepy corporate propaganda that I want to watch. Have you seen the show Severance by any chance, Scott?
I have.
Did you like it?
I loved it. Very resonant.
Yes. It's wonderful. It's so good. I think it's my, like, in terms of shows that depict cults, it's kind of my favorite as like an extra W show, because it's like a great marriage of like corporate and religion.
Yeah.
So I love these little demonstrations.
There's so many excellent shows coming out. I think there's that Under the Bridge.
I've heard about this.
Which actually happened in my hometown, not 5 minutes away from not 5 minutes away from where I live is the titular bridge.
Oh, get out of here!
Where that murder occurred, and
I've heard that the show gets into Jehovah's Witness stuff. I've heard it gets some stuff wrong, but it's a good show overall. I gotta check.
I don't think there's anything necessarily detrimental about getting some of the stuff wrong. I mean, I do that in drill.
I agree.
Deliberately so that the people will do the research. It can't possibly be that crazy. They'll think,
Yeah.
And then they go in and be like, oh yeah, no, that's
it is pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Yes. Silo, I've heard good things about. Me and Christina are watching The Leftovers. Well, we're rewatching it. That's kind of my Bible.
Learn how? In the Library tab, go to Convention Releases and select Day 3.
Oh.
There you'll find a new publication, The Good News According to Jesus Video Reference Guide. Download this.
I should start doing these for my videos.
Scene breakdown
a reference
of each
guide.
Episode and references to the verses on which each scene is based.
Now, what is the purpose of this? Like,
so you can follow along in the movie while they're asking them to read while watching a movie.
That's
what subtitles are for, friends.
Good Lord. Okay.
Once you've downloaded the Good News Video Reference Guide, you can access video clips directly from your Bible in JW Library.
When they inevitably switch to AI voiceover, we will have no idea, because the voiceover has just sounded like this before the advent of AI. Get past this boring part. All right, I guess I see what's going on here. Skip ahead a little bit.
Bible reading to life with these new features.
Ho Bring it to life. All right. Get to the song, asshole. Oh shit!
There it is.
This looks like a song right here. Whoa. Why couldn't I have had this when I was making that trailer the other week? This all seems like such good stuff. Okay, this might just be a... Let's hear how he introduces this so we know what the hell we're watching.
Pull this up.
Thank you, by the way, Queen of Flatulence. Y'all are amazing and beautiful people, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so very much for the super chat. Appreciate you. Ooh, Apostasy. I still haven't watched it because I've just heard it's so rough to watch. Have you seen Apostasy, this movie?
I have not. I've heard of it.
I've heard it's great, and I've heard it's tough. I've heard it's a tough watch. And I tend to avoid tough watches.
It might actually...
Well, you got to take care of yourself, Jake.
Just easy stuff like The Thing by John Carpenter.
And most importantly, being busy in the ministry brings honor to Jehovah God and furnishes him another reply.
Furnishes. Do we not want to furnish our God?
Jehovah's service is never in vain. And now, brothers, let's enjoy the final video of this convention. It focuses on the great privilege we have of preaching the good news and features the original song that we've all been practicing and we're going to be singing together at the end of this program. Please enjoy.
I must say, I have not been practicing this, and I also have not heard it. Ooh, Immaculate is very good. It's fantastic. I may have fell asleep during the last 5 minutes, but that's not because of... Christina is saying it was more like 15. I just happened to have... I took an edible, and it was a lot, and I fell asleep. But she did tell me what happens in the last 15 minutes. I gotta watch it while we still have it rented, but that's a good movie right there. Okay. I know. I can't believe I fell asleep. I'm not gonna fall asleep for this, though. because all I have in my system is some water and a bowl of cereal and 2 cups of coffee.
Good for you, Jake. Taking care of yourself.
I try.
Stay hydrated.
I'm a big believer in that. Oh, she's pregnant in the next one. Oh, wait, no. She was pregnant in this one. She gave birth.
I'll check it out. The first thing I thought when I saw this scene was, the herdsman got into some mushrooms. You know,
Oh, somebody pointed out.
they're having that transcendent experience here.
1000%. Okay, so somebody pointed out on, because the last video I released on the channel was about this movie. It's kind of a movie review, and I was focused on, like, the reason why it exists is because Jehovah's Witnesses have all these little persnickety points that they like to make about, like, actually it was like this. And sure enough, by the way, most of the videos on, like, the Friday and Saturday sessions are like, the world depicts it like this, but actually, if you look at the Bible, it was like this. So I was right. But one person in my comments pointed out, and I didn't even know this, that Jehovah's Witnesses are insistent that there were more than 3 wise men. And so if you look closely at this scene, there are 4. There's a guy over here to the left, and there's these other guys. So I didn't know that either, but sure enough, there are more than 3 wise men.
5.
I know, Pepper. It be like that. They love televangelism now. They do it correctly. What, she rides in on a donkey? I must have missed that when I was watching it. Is that a bit of foreshadowing to Jesus riding in on the donkey? Oy!
What a thing. Look at this.
So this is a white Paul preaching to a black guy. Why do they do this? Why do they do this? This is reused footage, I can attest, because I used this when I made, like, a trailer last year for Not a Cult. So this is recycled shit. So lazy video. So it's like, all right, I'm going to mute this for a second. So it's like they're kind of bragging about their history of, like, using technology and stuff, like, ooh, the photo drama of creation. Now, one thing that's interesting, maybe I can find the original video, but I'm almost positive that in the original, the kid was not watching the photo drama of creation, but was watching Pastor Russell on the screen. And if you look at it, it looks like it was poorly composited on top of it. But I could be wrong.
Could be.
Because, like, in the trailer I made, like, I show the shot of, like, a kid watching the screen and Pastor Russell's on it. So I know that's what it is, but maybe that footage was from the photo drama creation. I don't know. These are the sorts of details that I care about. They used to have a radio station, sound trucks. I'm so upset that they released this after I was struggling to find any footage that made sense for that trailer I made last week. Damn it. This is all so good.
You can recut the trailer, Jake.
I know. This is cool.
God has provided for you here.
Is this not food at the proper time? Oh, a cop. I love that they have this archival footage, though, to be honest. Like, I really like seeing this stuff. It is sad, but there's something that, I don't know. I can't look away from it. So it's kind of masturbatory, like, look how far we've come, look at the history of our group. Sometimes we're on boats, just like Jesus' disciples. I guess that's the point they're making.
This has got to be hard to watch for elderly JWs, to realize how long it's been going on for. It's got to be hard.
Just so you know, they got a whole... Whoa!
Yeah, here we go.
Wait a minute. Okay. They have a whole symposium dedicated to, don't worry, old people, you didn't waste your time.
Do they?
So they've been primed for this. Yes, they do. It's very sad. Those really make me upset because it just makes me think of my elderly grandparents and my own parents who are, not as young as they used to be. All right, I want to get the full glory of Jesus Christ, my Lord here.
His kingdom will not end.
Whoa!
Check it out.
Yeah! Whoa! We get the first-person view of the angels, like Navi at the beginning of Ocarina of Time. Holy shit. Amazing. How did they buy all this drone footage with money? Person ice fishing? I think
seldom worked ice fishing territory.
If a person is out in the middle of the tundra by themselves ice fishing, leave them alone. They are exactly where they want to be. Don't go up to them and start preaching. And by the way, don't preach to this scary guy with a gun and a military hat. This sucks. This song is really crazy.
What a thing.
This good news. That guy's hat is kind of killer, though. There was nothing on the screen. What was he looking at?
They must be really pushing the preaching because now they've reduced the hour requirement, is it, or removed the hour requirement?
That's exactly. So that's a good question, actually. They specifically talk about pioneering and how important it is in this. So they have not done away with it. And if you are a pioneer, you still count your hours, but the hour requirement is reduced. And they've got like a demo from some sister who's like, I never thought I could pioneer, but then I could. So yes, you're totally right. A huge part of this convention is just like, it's all dedicated to don't stop preaching, even though we got rid of the hour requirement. So that's a good call.
Gotta stay busy.
Somebody asked, why do the angels fly instead of teleporting? And, well, they have those wings, you know? It's kind of a waste if you had...
Not according to Ezekiel.
No.
Those aren't biblically accurate angels we're seeing.
These are not biblically accurate. They have not nearly as many eyeballs as they should have. Free Bible course while I'm getting my juice, my cranberry juice. Doctor's waiting room. Did I not just like 2 weeks ago show a clip of some CEO talking about preaching in the doctor's office waiting room? Why are they obsessed with this? If you're at the doctor's office, that's your time to just deal with your situation. I don't think you need to be adding in like homework to that, but no, I'm Christian. I don't remember that. You should talk about it.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Whoa! Okay. This is a cartoon angel. So what were you saying about the waiting room?
Oh, so when I first woke...
Come closer so we can hear you.
When I first woke up...
Hi, Christina.
And I was still trying to deconstruct, I work in a like physical therapy doctor's office.
Right.
And there was a woman in the waiting room who started playing on her tablet like a morning worship or something really, really loud.
Yeah, like full volume.
And you could just see the looks on everybody's face. Like, they were just immediately like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah.
It was just very inconsiderate and it made me realize, like, when somebody's in a doctor's office, probably not a good time to talk to them or like intrude on their situation with God.
Yes. I remember you did talk about this on the channel. I remember you talked about it because then I had the story about being in an Uber and the Uber driver was playing Kingdom songs and had tracts in the back seat for passengers to take.
Yes. You just had talked. There was you guys had mentioned like witnessing in a doctor's office.
Yes, they show it in this music video. But
and it makes me mad because you realize they know that they irritate people when they do that shit, but they don't. They're
Yeah.
like, no, but this is what God wants us to do.
You're right. They do know it because they make videos all the time about when householders react poorly to being preached at in a doctor's office.
Yes.
And then what to do.
Yes.
If you're yelled at.
Yes. Sorry, that was just.
No, it's good. That was the Christina Corner new segment.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
No. It was great. But what Christina didn't know was that there was a CGI angel watching on in that doctor's office waiting room. Look at this. Who's like cell shaded. Like this is not even like a fully rendered CGI model. Wow. Well,
So
they did that.
There's a core belief writ completely boldly. I'm not using my English good.
No. You're using it
but it's
perfectly fine.
What a thing to see, you know, the CGI angel. You know, this is something they actually
Yes.
believe. It staggers the mind, you know, to think the narcissism, to think that you're being hovered over constantly.
Yes. And then all the angels clapped. So
Yeah.
one thing that I will say that connects this to a previous video in the convention, there is like a series of videos that follow a couple studying to become Jehovah's Witnesses, and then they're new Jehovah's Witnesses, and like the husband draws, like he's an artist, and he draws like a sketch of the like this final image of an angel looking down on the house. Like he draws this, and so then you're seeing the real version of it in the final thing. Silliness. Unreal Engine buggers. It is. It's just video game engine stuff. Okay, so there's one more clip that we need to watch because Ron Pomo shouted this out. Okay, this is video 8 minute 23:48. I've got this downloaded. Video file. Oh wait, I need to unshare this one I've got going right here. God, I'm so bad at literally everything. Okay. I changed my mind. I'm great at it because I found it. All right, 23:48. Wait, do we get... Which one has the Stephen Lett intro? That's also fun, but... 23:48? Aha, okay. Oh, yes. All right. So this is... Also, I forget why we're watching this. What was the point of this again? Something. Some kind of cringy something. This is the part of the series of videos following this couple out of the world and into the organization. Oh, hey, yeah, if that's true, by the way, Paul Yerkes, who seems to be a channel member. And what a wonderful thing it is to be a channel member, which you can do by hitting some kind of button on your screen. I don't know.
They should do that.
They should do it. I've got exclusive videos just for members, including streams, which we're going to do next week. But anyway,
this is a good thing he brings up here, though. I do wonder about that myself.
I think so, too. How many JWs are assigned to watch these ex-JW streams for reporting back to the governing body? It must only be a couple, and they probably tune in every Sunday. Hi, Bethel. I hope that they're members, because they need to be seeing the stuff that I'm saying behind the scenes, too. What if I'm really throwing the real dirt behind the scenes? I think that these two Jehovah's Witnesses who are assigned to watch my shit should pay me money to become a channel member. Anyway, okay. So yes, the arc is that this is a very cool, hipstery couple. They are giving hipsters so hard when they are introduced, and then they very quickly become like Norman Rockwell paintings, Jehovah's Witnesses. And so now we're going to watch this. I haven't watched all of them. I think I'm going to make a video about their full arc. So let's see what this is all about.
It sounds like compelling storytelling, Jake, here.
It's great storytelling, and let's just get Oh my God, what? Let's just get the whole thing, if you have time.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this full context. Oh, speaking of hipster, I'm jealous of his glasses and his hair.
It's true. It's
He's
true.
serving. I like his suit.
Comfortable at first. It may take several tries, but not all stress is bad stress. Many of us here in the audience have done it, have served where the need is great, moved to other countries.
That's fucking gaslighty right there, by the way.
Right, yeah,
Is
not
like,
liking
no.
that.
The stress you're experiencing is actually, that means that God loves you even more. You should do even more and give us more money. That's good stress.
Congregations learn a new language, and we are still alive to talk about it.
Except for the ones who aren't.
In the following video, notice how these friends were guided by something they could not see. Enjoy.
The Friends. Oh, boy.
Honestly, it's been really eye-opening. We didn't know the Bible was so practical. We love what we're learning.
By the way, they're very wealthy. Like, this couple's very wealthy, and all their friends are very wealthy.
Right.
I've never seen...
I don't know about you, but I don't have a garden wall in my house. You know?
Is it better if it's real or if it's not real? I feel like I don't like it either way. I've never seen this, and I'm opposed.
A living wall. You've never seen a living
wall.
wall. That's what they call it, a living wall.
I don't know.
Huh.
Well,
It's a lot of
they don't
planning
have those in the level that we're at socioeconomically. We don't have living walls of any kind, unless we like hang up a picture, like one of those picture frames that has like a digital picture that moves.
I feel like we finally have something we're doing together.
I hate that living wall.
But we
It's
have a
so
question.
ugly.
Shoot. So we're with my folks, and they start talking about how bad the world is getting. And we just kind of, I don't know.
Rose?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why their
We've
friends are
been there.
Australian.
And then today we watched this video about Evangelizer School. Is that what did it for you?
Ooh, that does it for me.
We
baby.
haven't been.
What did
This is
what?
a very attractive couple, by the way. Me and Christina were kind of thirsting after this couple this morning. When you first meet this guy, he's got like very short sleeves and huge muscles. Christina just yelled, "Oh shit, yeah."
We thought you went because you two are like walking Bible dictionaries.
Oh.
No. Really? We all
No,
learn to
we're
witness
just
the same
beautiful.
way. Study, the meetings, and a little prep. We'll help you.
Prep, you say?
That would be great. Thanks. We need all the help we can get.
Love it when guys like him talk
Walking
about
Bible dictionaries?
what fucking assholes.
Please don't sketch that.
I'll try.
You know?
By the way, the mood of this couple is spoiler alert for the upcoming video on the hot couple. They are so perfectly happy even before they join Jehovah's Witnesses. They are like totally happy and normal and cute. You start and you love them because they're just so cute, and then they join Jehovah's Witnesses and they're just still cute. And I think they've been taking some notes from my channel because I always point out that the only people who ever join Jehovah's Witnesses are kind of miserable. Like they always have to show people at this like dead end,
low
rock
point
bottom
in
of
their life.
Yes, except for
point.
Jade, I guess. And I think this is our new Jade situation because we like them. They're normal and they're cute.
It's not as crazy as it sounds.
Let's get a polycule with Jade and Nita and these guys.
I know we're not pioneering yet.
Yes,
but
they used to
eventually-
volunteer at food banks and do charity, and now
I
they
know.
don't.
Think how far
That's a
we've
part
come.
of it. Look how
We
nice
thought
their
we'd
house
never
is.
speak up about the truth.
I'm sure that they have to sell their home at some point to simplify their lives. This guy with the top knot is, I believe, Hottie's brother. You can see his short sleeves here. They simply cannot contain his biceps. Nor should they.
Nor should they.
But we did. And it took a while to shift our priorities. But the ministry is part of our life now.
Wow.
Did we ever imagine starting Bible studies? Every time we thought we couldn't, Jehovah showed us that we could.
Oh, they're
Why
so
not set the
lame
goal
now.
and see where he takes us?
She has little
What is
old
with
lady
the
glasses.
swing? What is with the swing?
Whoa!
The swing chair. Now,
They've got
I
a
don't know.
living wall and a sex swing and
I don't know, guys.
so many costumes. I love her glasses look.
Hey, Blake.
I like his shirt. Hey, boy. Uh-huh. Did he just say, hey, boy?
I think he said, hey, Blake.
I want to hear him say it again anyway.
Those glasses are cute.
Yeah, they really simplified their life.
Hey,
Swingers!
Blake.
I think you're right. I think he did say
Uh-huh.
Blake.
Wow. Might be a trip down assigned territory. We interested?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are.
Unassigned territory is so boring. It's not fun. Don't let them trick you. It's unassigned because nobody really lives there and nobody wants to hear about Jehovah's Witnesses. I got roped into this
Friday night
bullshit before.
To make plans.
Oh, we'll definitely pray about it.
We'll
Okay.
definitely
See ya.
pray about it. I cannot figure out his voice. This is the horniest JW couple I've ever seen. Like, they're really emphasizing, like, you guys have chemistry. You are cute, and you love each other. They're home decorating.
Oh!
Leaf wall aside. Oh, shit. This is the puddle scene
This
we
is
were
it.
told about.
This is it.
Hold on.
It's just a fucking puddle, guys.
Oh, dang!
Oh.
Oh. Look at that.
So, what were the angels doing when the, like, witnesses were being beaten and imprisoned then? Like, so they're always there watching, but also sometimes, like, you'll go to jail or be killed, and they're just still there watching, not doing anything. But if it's a puddle, they can help you over it. Explain that, Scott.
Their priorities are skewed, my friend.
I think you might be right. I don't know why these angels are like
You know-
as. No, go ahead.
I can't imagine how Jehovah's Witnesses must feel when they see this, you know, in terms of all the things that the angels could be watching over, you know, and helping with. And this is what they're choosing, you know, when you take into account.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're totally right. Hey, yes, CSA happening in service. Why are
Yeah.
they watching? Because
Exactly my
legitimately, it happens in service a lot because it's one of the instances where kids are often isolated from their parents.
Yeah.
And that's, I think this is one of many reasons why, like, they just simply cannot address the issue at all in good
Yeah.
faith. Like, they can't even do a Catholic church and, like, pretend like they're doing anything because it's just, like, you can't show videos like this where a literal angel is shown watching over the preaching work, and then also know that sometimes angels allow ZSA to happen.
Yeah. Or where are the angels when, you know, a Jehovah's Witness is dying of not accepting a blood transfusion in the hospital? You know,
Yeah.
essentially suiciding, you know?
Hospital
Are they watching that?
liaison committee is there with the angels over them, and they're like, all right, we'll be here to watch this kid die.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is, you know, I'll just say it. It's angels can't comprehend death. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. How could they? You know, if we take them literally.
Yeah, because, like, only a handful, like, really a very tiny amount compared to the overall angel population, were just created as angels. Like, most of the angels were just created by Jehovah and Jesus to be angels. Some of them became demons. And then a little over 100,000 of them are dead Jehovah's Witnesses or proto-Jehovah's Witnesses. So they just, a lot of them have just never died before. Interesting. Well, we did it. We watched this.
We did it.
Awful,
That's
awful video. God, jeezy peas. Wait, I want you to see. Well, first of all, that face is pretty good. But there's a guy whose beard is really quite magnificent, and I think I recognize him from another. Every face he makes is funny. Let me look at that. Look at that sass. Okay, I want to see if I can find my beard guy that I like a lot. No, he must not be in this one. It's a shame. Not enough beards, but they're coming. Beard content is coming.
It's coming.
Beard content's gonna happen soon. I think I'm gonna call it a day with that. That's about all my sanity can handle. Thank you so much, Scott, for being on the show. This was so fun.
Jake, thanks. It was great.
Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on TikTok at Pimp My Shoggoth. Also on Twitter at Pimp My Shoggoth.
Spell that for me so I can put it in the description right now.
Well, pimp.
Yes, that one. The first two words I know.
Okay.
Intimately.
My, and then SHOGGOTH. It's a Lovecraft. It's a Lovecraft reference, of course.
See, I just wouldn't have been able to spell Shoggoth. I would have tried to put an A in there somewhere.
And now you know. You've learned something.
I did. We learned a lot today. We learned that angels occasionally help people out of puddles. We learned that during the Great Tribulation, you're going to have to like hide from... Yeah, you're going to be like sneaking around stormtroopers who essentially want to arrest you at any point. You're going to have secret doorbell rings, maybe, and if some asshole tells you your talk sucks, that's God trying to tell you that your talk sucks, and you better fix it. That's it. I think we covered it all. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Oh, I see. I can't. I'll update it with your thingy afterwards.
No worries,
everybody, man. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Check out Scott's work. He's got books. He's got short story collections and drills coming soon.
Drill is coming soon.
Drill is coming.
August 6th is the drop date for that. But pre-sale
very nice.
Soon enough. Yeah.
Ooh, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. We will see you later. All
right. Thanks, Jake. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.